Hi Cancer, I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a general reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the last 2 weeks of November. If these messages don't resonate, guys, it's just not your reading, it's just not your message. And I recommend that you check your rising sign, your moon sign, and your Venus sign. Venus is how you do connection relationships and your relationship to money. Moon are your emotions, and your rising sign is your personality, how you perceive the world and how they perceive you. Lots of good messages there as well. So I'm going to pull a mystical shaman oracle for you guys, and then I'm going to be pulling 4 rows. The top is going to be your conscious mind, the bottom row your unconscious mind, where you are now, some blockages, blessings, and outcome energies. Okay, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to be doing a separate bonus reading next week guys, to address the transits, tarot messages for the transit. So if you'd be interested in that, please subscribe if you haven't, and press the bell notification so you could find that out. Those of you who've been watching me know I often kind of infuse the transits into my readings. Some people really love it, some people really don't. So I feel like this is a good way of making everyone happy. So let's just make today's messages all about tarot and messages from spirit, and then I'm going to be, but I can't promise you that I might not throw in a transit or two. It depends on what I'm feeling at the moment. All right, let's pull your crowning. Completion, Cancer. Okay. All right, this is an understanding that all things have a beginning, middle, and end. This is the nature of life, right? The seed, the flower, and the fruit, right? It's of all human relationships. So completion suggests the fullness of the moment and the need to transform an old form of something into a new one. Now, this can mean a few things, right? But there's definitely the finishing up of a cycle here where there's no more growth or benefit from hanging on to an old way of doing something that you've been doing up until this point. Now, if you're dealing with relationships, in regard to relationships, it's time to honor what has been and find a new form for the future. Now, for some of you, that can mean ending a relationship. For others of you, it can mean cleaning the decks, and starting brand spanking new, right? In your ventures, if this has to do with career, it's a time to really reap your harvest. And what have you been really working toward and working for? So, because completion is a time for celebration, right? It's the end of the summer, right? When the fruit is the most ripe and delicious and wonderful. But it comes to that for new fruit, right? To have space to grow and to come into existence. So it's this idea. So when you see completion, this is a very positive energy. It's not negative, guys. And even if it means the ending of a job, it means something is so beautiful on the other side of this waiting for you. Same thing if it's a relationship. Same thing if it's a friendship. But I'm feeling very pulled in my throat and my heart chakra right now to say that I feel like there's a lot of rebuilding in this energy. Lots of rebuilding. And I feel like this can actually be very much within your own self. But I did already pre-shuffle these prior to putting the camera on, so I'm just doing a cut, okay? So I'm going to pull 3 cards for where you are now. Conscious mind, and this is like the deep little pink part of your belly where your intuition lives, right? Part of us that sometimes we don't completely want to acknowledge, but we want to acknowledge it, right, Cancer? Because we want to manifest. We want to be manifestation machines, and we can't manifest things for our highest good if we have any lies stuck in our belly that we still tell ourselves, or hanging on to anything negative. Those only serve as roadblocks. Okay, good. I'm going to use my chakra deck for our blessings. Very beautiful deck. You guys could see I'm very into balancing the chakras. I have my chakra tree. I have my meditation buddy has this chakra bracelet on. Okay. Blessings. Okay, and last but not least, the Rider-Waite for our 9 of Cups. Okay, so let's bring these down here. I think you'll be able to see them a little better here. Alrighty. So we do have Mercury coming out of shadow. Yeah, right. I'll tell you a couple of things. Mercury's coming out of shadow on the 20th. Alright. Those of you who are Cancers, if you have air in your chart, you guys might have been feeling it a lot stronger, especially if you have it around 20 degrees. All right, so what do we have in the present, my Cancerian friends? We have the Empress. Look at her, she looks so tired, as most pregnant moms do, right? Pregnant women. The Empress is the mother of the tarot, perpetually pregnant, always a seed cultivating growth inside of her, bringing something to fruition so that it can be birthed and then she can do it all over again. So this is this beautiful energy for foundation and building. So Cancer, I do feel like you're in a place right now in your life where you're in a space of building. Absolutely. We have the World Reverse in your current position. The World Reverse is still very positive. It just does indicate delay. And I want you to think about this in terms of travel. Now, it can be literal travel for some of you, but I'm really not getting that very strongly in this particular read. This is where, let's say, you're in house A, but you want to end up in house C. It's the time that it takes to clean up your things in house A and actually get to house C and then set up house, right? So it's just this idea of delay as you're moving from one phase or one space or one cycle into the next. But it means that it's here and it's happening for you. So, I mean, honestly, beautiful, right? This is what's happening for you right now. So you're dealing with the Knight of Pentacle energy. So because it's a core card, it can be either you or someone else. But there's an energy here in the reverse where there's a lack of, there's an issue with resources. So this can be, if it has to do with your job, this could be that you are in a space of recognizing that you're not getting paid what you're worth and you being very assertive about it. But it not going quite well. You realizing that this is not the position that's going to serve your ultimate good, where you want to go. In relationships, this can be you're dealing with somebody or you're acting this way. Again, I have to say, because it's a core card, so it could be other energy. Somebody's being manipulative with money or manipulative as far as communication goes or connection, like how the relationship is, how you guys are connecting. So I do get that, Cancer, a lot of you are dealing with this energy, whether it's a relationship that you're in now, a relationship that you're recently out of because of these situations. This could also have to do with a parent who's exhibiting these behaviors, definitely a family member or close friend. But just there's this lack of, this feeling that you're lacking in this motivation to move forward in something because of these things, right? You just feel like you're not being supported in a certain area of your life. And this is creating you to be back on your heels a little bit and you needing to kind of reassess your path, right? And which explains why the world is reversed, right? We're working through this completion of a cycle here. And I just feel like that's an energy that you guys are dealing with. Now, right now, in your unconscious mind, deep in the pink part of your belly, right, we're dealing with the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords, you're experiencing a sense of conflict within yourself, and it's about truth, because swords are truth. And the swords, when we're fighting the swords, what's interesting about the swords kind of fighting, because we have the wand kind of fighting, the sword kind of fighting, right? When we're dealing with fighting with the truth, it's really trying to get to the core of, what was real and what wasn't, what is real and what isn't. It's not necessarily like, you're going crazy in your own mind, but you're in this sense of inner conflict where what's right for me exactly right now, like exactly what is the right step. And the thing is, I feel like a lot of you, and I'm getting this very strongly right now, so I have to say it, a lot of what you feel is inflecting this mindset has been put upon you by other people. A situation external to you has happened, and it's thrown you into this space where you're now put in this situation where you have to rethink your next steps. And you're really trying very hard to do that. and you just, again, you know, we have the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands, right? This is like, this is something happened, Cancer, that you're now in trying to start very much this next cycle, because you're in this page space, right? In your unconscious mind right now, you're in this space of not feeling really willing to move forward because you really don't know what that even means, because you're not totally in touch with what the truth is right now. You know something's got to be over, but I feel like the Five of Swords, the conflict that you're having is, what's truth and how do I move past it? And now what do I do? You know, what's real, what's not. So for some of you, this could be a sudden change in your employment status. For others of you, this can be a sudden change in your relationship status. You know, a sudden change in any part of your life that you could apply it to. But you being in a space where, like, you know, in your conscious mind, you're acknowledging what's gone on for sure. But you're like saying, you know what? It's like you're telling your friends, your family, and you're telling yourself, this didn't work out, so now I need to go build somewhere else. I need to start over. I need to just go and build. I'm going to do that. I'm totally going to do it. You know, I have to understand I wasn't getting the support that I needed. This person just wasn't in it with me. And I have everything to look forward to, everything. It's just going to take a minute because I have to recollect myself and get there. But then inside of yourself, you're saying, okay, what does that even mean? I don't know where to go. I'm just not sure. And that's where you are right now, I feel like, as you're telling yourself. But let's look at your blockages. Yeah, you feel there's a sense of self-imprisonment. And you're being imprisoned by the truth and this need to look at reality for what it is. And when you do that, it's really inhibiting your ability, you feel your ability to move forward. Because whenever we have any tarot card reversed, and this is why I like to maintain reversals. I like to maintain reversals because it helps to illuminate an area that we need to really pay attention to. And we have, because we have free will, the ability to flip it upright. So the full upright is all about the willingness to take a calculated risk and start that new chapter. To really, you know, dot the last I and cross the last T and put a period at the end of that sentence. And this is showing an unwillingness to do that on some level. You know, there's an unwillingness, and what's blocking you is that you're just having this block about the foundation of your life right now. I just feel like this was a very shifting kind of occurrence that happened here. Cancer, if this is resonating with you. If it's not your message, again, check one of your other signs. But I feel like whoever this is resonating with, this was a pretty profound, I mean, it's like it rocked your foundation. You very much wanted a foundation with this person or in this place. Like you really wanted this job to work. You really wanted this project to go over. You really wanted this relationship to work. The Four of Wands in reverse is showing a massive delay in you being able to feel this sense of foundation. And it's because you're ruminating in your mind, but I feel, and you're not willing to move forward. And that's serving as a blockage. But I actually kind of think that's not only normal, but healthy. Because it shows that at least you're thinking about what's gone on. Now, in your unconscious, in the deep, there are secrets that you need to really admit to yourself that are necessary in order for you to build this next chapter in your life. And you really getting very honest with yourself about what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do in your life. Yeah. What is it that you're willing to do and willing not to do? I hope my battery doesn't run out. It might be. It's flashing at me. Now let's look at your blessings here. The blessing here is we have the Ace of Coins reverse, we have the Lovers reverse, and we have the King of Swords. So I love that we have the blessing as the truth. And that truth, the Lovers reverse, just simply means you and a person or you in a situation where there's the shadow sides of personalities are coming out, laying it all out on the ground, laying it all out, okay? And you just having the Ace of Coins, the Ace of Coins reverse indicates that as it is now, there is nothing to be had here. It's done. This is the end of a cycle. And this is a blessing for you. This relationship's not going to last. this job is not going to serve your highest good. And the relationship's not going to last as it was, as it has been up to now. But you guys can certainly, there's a very, I feel like this reconciliation vibe here for those of you who resonate with that. But the way it's been up to now, no. But the truth is going to come out. And the fact that the lovers are even here, you guys are going to be really laying it down in a very honest way. And I feel like it's going to serve in a beautiful, beautiful way. We have the Six of Swords. This is in your unconscious, the Six of Swords in reverse. This is you mentally, as a blessing, mentally taking a little bit of space, gaining some autonomy, figuring out what your wants, needs, and desires are, but at least taking a space mentally to really kind of put yourself in your own little capsule to figure out, you know, Cancer, what do you need, you know? And then we have the Queen of Swords, Swords reverse, and the Nine of Swords. So here, the Nine of Swords, you're very self-entrapment, right? This is about you being trapped. This is a 3 a.m. anxiety card. You're being really, really concerned about how things are going to end up rolling out. You're being really, really honest, though, about what's been true and what's been not true for you. And the reality of this is really, you know, kind of keeping you up. And you taking this mental space. It's such a blessing, though, because there's such honesty here, which we need to have this blessing with this completion. And then in the outcome, this is you getting honest about your wishes and dreams, Cancer, are coming true. Come hell or high water, you are making it happen. You're getting in touch with where you feel unsupported, what's real, what's not. And you're not willing to take a chance in a situation with a person at a job. You are not willing to take the chance to go back to what it was. You know a new cycle needs to happen. New cycle needs to happen. You know that this new cycle is happening with the Ace of Pentacles. Look at this in your outcome. And it's all based in truth. Right? We have the Knight of Swords coming in. And it's going to be recognition of what's been true up to now and what's not. And you just not being willing to settle for anything less than that. You recognize, Cancer, that there needs to be a completion. It's over as it was. It's over as it was. Yes. It's over as it was because you guys were never going to reach the place where you were meant to go. But temperance is about forgiveness and understanding and recognition of what's necessary to make this happen. And the Knight of Wands is beautiful willingness. It's let's go, let's do this. I'm scared, but I'm willing. Let's go. The temperance is, again, it's being honest about what you need and really understanding what the situation needs or what the other person needs as well. Equally so, which is very beautiful for there to be a new cycle happening here. So you're getting in touch with yourself and you're ending unhealthy cycles and you're beginning new. And it's going to be a process. We're not robots, Cancer, right? We're just not robots. It would be sometimes kind of cool if we were, right? Remove a chip, press delete. But this is going to be a process that you're going to be working through. And I think the ultimate outcome is absolutely beautiful. So good stuff, Cancer. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.